Boston neo-Nazi Proud Boys rally humiliated by larger counter-protest. Posted on May 13, 2017 by DC Direct Action News. This is a LeftPress newscast. The neo-Nazi free speech rally of the so-called Proud Boys and Base Stick Man in Boston turned into an embarrassing defeat for the fascists. Some right-wing reporter known to hang with Base Stick Man is whining about being assaulted. For a while there were only about 100 of the Proud Boys present. Counter-protesters held the ridge above the fascists. 2 arrests reported. For most of the rally, the right-wingers were reported to be low energy and just milling around without even giving speeches. Meanwhile, Antifa activists chanted things like "Go back to 4chan." At one point, one of the fascists is reported to have run up the hill and punched someone twice his weight before being removed by police. One report that this was the first person arrested. Far-right claims to have countercharged after Antifa charged down the hill at them, unknown if any truth to that or it is a reference to the single fascist trying to beat up someone twice his size. For some reason the cops arrested the Nazi for punching an anti-fascist protester, even though all day they had faced in the direction of the Antifa, not those who had publicly told people to expect violence and come in Base Stick Man gear, meaning armor and things like their flagpoles that could be used as clubs. At about 3 p.m. the fascist march withdrew from Boston Commons and marched away, complete with a Czech flag and even a Japanese Imperial World War II flag. This battle is also being fought on Twitter. A recent problem has been the growth of fake Twitter accounts that appear to be Antifa accounts and mix what appear to be legitimate photos and accounts of actions with calls for revoking the First Amendment, which applies to governments only, and that sort of thing. One of the Boston Antifa fake Twitter accounts posted a shot of a thin crowd holding the high ground on Boston Common, probably while most marchers were in the streets of the city. They hashtagged the photo with an anti-free speech hashtag, plus those that would be expected in an effort to smear anti-fascist organizers. In reality, the First Amendment forbids government censorship and arrest, not opposing protests. The first words of the First Amendment are "Congress shall make no law," and this has been extended by courts to also apply to all other institution of government under the U.S. Nowhere is shouting down or counter-protesting hate speech or anything else mentioned in the U.S. government's constitution. Another fake Twitter account, Cambridge Antifa, posted shots of huge marches elsewhere in Boston, some of which were found to be from protests on other days in Boston. It is possible those photos and locations were meant to divert and distract counter-protesters from reaching Boston Commons, along with a report of subway problems for police activity on the same fake Twitter account. It was reported elsewhere that a mainstream or liberal rally called against hate scheduled for 3 p.m. was cancelled on advice of police. In the end, right-wing posts on 8chan's poll board conceded defeat and blamed mainstream conservatives and even the Oath Keepers for their humiliation at the hands of anti-fascists. This has been a LeftPress newscast.